people and activists, welcome to a brand new video. Today we are looking at the biblical backlash of Tesla. Like, the Tesla backlash is 100% biblical right now. It is insane. So a YouTuber by the name of Atrioc made a video and it went super viral. I'm very excited to dive into this because A, a lot of people told me to watch it. This was like a really highly requested thing to get into. And B, I'm really invested in the Tesla controversy. A, I have a Tesla. B, the Tesla stock dropped tremendously. C, I want to see all the people that are vandalizing Teslas in jail. Because in my opinion, they should be treated like domestic terrorists and not like peaceful protesters. I hate the term peaceful protesters when they're not peaceful. And stop calling it a protest. It's vandalism. It's Stop it. Miss me with that shit. So anyway, let's take a little peek into the biblical backlash to Tesla.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday. The scenes from around the country
let's go.
are stark.
I'm ready.
44 wheels stolen from Teslas.
That's terrorism. Arrest all of them. Teslas have video cameras. Put them in fucking jail. Jail!
And a parking
You weren't ready for that? Oh, yeah, dude, for
lot in Texas. Superchargers set on fire in Massachusetts.
jail! Could these people stop making you believe this is peaceful protests? This is terrorism. And in my opinion, incredible analysis by me, conspiracy theory mode, I think it's funded by the Democrats that want to stop Doge from looking into their shit. That's my conspiracy theory. I could be wrong, but I hope I'm right because that would make for great content.
Massachusetts. Protesters arrested out front of a Tesla dealership in New York. Mass protests and boycotts in front of a Tesla dealership in Georgia. Red paint smeared across a Tesla dealership in Berkeley.
Dude, it's crazy that Tesla became literally the object of all their ire. By the way, in case you're unaware, literally while I was streaming right now, Elon Musk saved those astronauts that Biden forgot in space. Literally right now. I'm not sure that anyone's gonna be complimenting him for it, but he deserves it because that is f***ing awesome. And then you got these people out there. In my opinion, there is a theme song that these people have. What? A wild appeared. She's at a Tesla dealership with blue hair and piercings. I wonder what she's here for. Is it to perhaps buy a car? She's pulling out a spray can. Could she be an activist? Oh, God. Anyway, turned out she was a retard detected.
Shots fired at a Tesla delership in Oregon.
Holy shit, this is crazy.
Swastikas painted on cars.
Honestly, I love when people do this. Like, everyone's virtue signaling like crazy, but it downplays what Nazis actually did in Germany to such an insane degree to call Elon a Nazi. It's like, it's unbelievable.
In Europe.
Dude, you get some shiny Pokemons out there.
All of these scenes add up to a pretty insane picture of Tesla's current standing. But just a few months ago, we were in an entirely different place.
True.
I take you back to December 12th, 2024. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, was on top of the world, wearing his dark MAGA hat, hands up to the crowd.
Oh, God.
He was feeling incredible after only a few months earlier tweeting that he is not donating money to either candidate for president.
Well, I guess he changed his mind.
He switched up rather quickly and became a huge supporter of Donald Trump to the tune of around $300 million. And because of that, he was deeply enmeshed in the administration when Donald Trump won the election, thus making him
True. He's involved, as they say. And honestly, I know that this is going to be a controversial opinion because I'm sure a lot of people here hate Elon Musk. Doge is fucking awesome. Yeah. Cut the funding to fucking Iraqi Sesame Street. Yes. Stop doing transgender surgeries on mice. Hell yeah, dude.
Him in the days after the election, $200 billion richer. By December 12th, about a month after the election, his net worth topped $400 billion.
That is crazy. Oh my God, that's a rich man. Holy shit. And then everyone's like, oh, he's just a stupid man. He failed upwards. Yeah, all right, dude. Yeah, you try failing upwards.
Which, if you don't know, makes him the richest man in human history. Right. I'm not exaggerating. Mansa Musa, who you might bring up, but even with the best estimation, had 400 billion.
That's not true. There's no way.
John D. Rockefeller, the first billionaire, had at his peak wealth 1.5% of the US GDP.
Damn.
Insanely wealthy. At this day, December 12th, Elon Musk had 1.6.
Damn! Jeebus Philebus.
He was richer than every man that has ever lived. Not even in the fictional world.
Wait, what?
Forbes puts out a Forbes list called the Fictional 15 and estimates the wealth of fictional characters like Scrooge McDuck. Elon Musk on December 12th had more money than all of these fictional characters combined.
Dog, that is a crazy flex. Oh my God. Like, I love that there's like this meme, just hate billionaires because they're billionaires, but goddamn, you gotta respect the fuck out of that flex. Oh Lord. And you know what? If he's putting that money to use and getting rid of a lot of the waste that our tax dollars are going to, I don't give a shit. Because fuck yeah, I don't want to be funding Iraqi Sesame Street.
More money than Tony Stark, Scrooge McDuck, Bruce Wayne, the Tooth Fairy. It's a level of wealth, again, that is really hard to wrap your mind around. And he was feeling pretty damn good about it.
True.
He had the political power, the insider connections, the wealth, all of his companies were up. And in the past 3 months, something of a car crash happened. Tesla stock, almost inexplicably, dropped 50% since December 12th. 50%! In 3 months.
Damn, that's biblical. That's crazy.
Below where it was before the election. Now this number is hard to wrap your head around, but Tesla's market cap loss, its valuation lost in this short period is equivalent to $800 billion.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Dude, that is wild. Insane. And again, I think that all this vandalism, like, again, when it's protesting and shit like that, that's all legal. But when it's vandalism, these people need to get raked over the coals. It's terrorism. And I mean that with all violent riots, all right? Every single one of these riots, the Jan 6 people that beat up police officers, arrest the shit out of them, which happened. The Black Lives Matter rioters that looted stores and beat up police officers, the people that are lighting stores on fire, all the shit. Miss me with all of that bullshit. Mostly peaceful terrorism.
And I want you to try and understand the scale of what that loss is. Tesla's losses since December 18th, 2024 are greater than the entire value of Toyota. It's like if Toyota went to...
I think it's way more than that. Wait, Toyota's a fraction of Tesla.
Zero. Is that crazy?
It's more than that, for sure.
No, because it's way more than that. It's Toyota plus Ferrari plus Mercedes-Benz plus VW combined.
Bro! Oh my God!
All going to zero. Is that crazy?
Okay, I see it happening. There's another debate. It's even more than that.
No, because it's way more than that.
Oh my, yeah, you almost got me.
Tesla's losses since December 18th are equivalent to Ford, Subaru, Mazda, Toyota, Nissan, Rivian, Honda, Ferrari, Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Aston Martin, Hyundai, Kia, VW, GM, and BMW combined. It's as...
What the fuck? That's crazy. Holy shit.
If every one of these companies went to zero in 3 months. I am not exaggerating. I'm not upplaying it. This is exactly the amount of market cap lost. And take $10 billion on top of that and
$10 billion more dollars. Oh my God. That is so fucked. Holy shit.
Light it on fire.
That is an insane downfall. Lord. Damn. Again, I think, protests, I'm totally fine with protests. But when it comes to, once it gets violent, immediately arrest the fuck out of those people. Holy shit.
Why? In 3 months, how could the fortunes of a company change so quickly?
Great question.
Some people have a very specific answer. What?
Yeah, he hit the wrong emote button there for real.
Whether that was a Sieg Heil, a Roman salute, or it's just his heart was going out to you, I know what it looks like to me. And I do know that the timing is pretty convenient in that the day that happened was basically the beginning of the losses this year.
Damn, that is crazy.
But what this presentation is going to talk about is that there is so much more rot under the hood of this company. Dude. There is so much more.
I'm ready. Lock in. He hit a miss input and he fucking he hit the wrong emote on stage.
Taking a look at business-wise than just the political machinations of Elon Musk. Now, that being said, his reputation is falling and it is taking Tesla with it.
I wonder what his reputation actually is, because I really feel like the majority of Americans are actually very pro-Elon. I know that it doesn't sound like that because of all the very loud protests and a lot of the screaming, but I do really personally believe that he is actually liked by the majority of Americans right now, because I think everyone is pro-Doge. Like, Bro, all that USAID money that disappeared, all the Doge shit. Yeah, for real.
We should start by talking about some of the politics,
All
okay?
right.
Because there's no doubt about it. And it's a bit of a stark situation. Play on words intended.
Nice.
Because 7 years ago, it was widely accepted that
Wait, what the hell? He was in a movie with Tony Stark?
Elon Musk was the real-life Iron Man.
People have
Yeah, his public reputation definitely changed.
called you the real Tony Stark.
How are
Hi, Pepper.
you?
Congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you very much. Thank
Hey.
you.
Those Merlin engines are fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, good idea for an electric jet.
You do?
Yeah.
Then we'll make it work.
Yeah, Elon Musk, everyone loved him. Everyone loved him. And then he joined the Trump side of the force, and literally everyone dropped him. As quickly as that, the media just turned him into a villain, like in an instant. And the craziest thing is, he didn't even like do anything that crazy. Like, I think that the reasons why people hate him are like massively overblown by literal media control.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sorry?
You're Elon
He was in the fucking Big Bang Theory. Let's
Musk.
go.
I am?
So let's talk about the Tesla. I have a Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Me
I
too.
love it. I love it.
Good luck, Machete.
No plumbing.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Tesla Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you sincerely trying to save the world?
Well, I'm trying to do good things, yeah. I mean.
But you're trying to do good things.
Hey guys, remember when the Democrats liked Elon Musk because he was saving the environment by making electric cars? Well, they're burning those cards now because of how much they care about the environment. Shout out to the retards. Hell yeah.
And you're a billionaire. I mean,
Yeah.
that seems a little bit like either superhero or supervillain. You have to choose one.
It's funny, it kind of cuts off, but he paused for a long time after that question.
Yeah, I that's just good comedy.
In 2018, Jay Schlatt tweeted, if America's gonna get another billionaire president,
Oh my
can it
God.
at least be Elon Musk?
Oh my God, there's no way he tweeted that. Bro.
Us next time? I mean, his reputation was, for all intents and purposes,
Lord.
solid gold. And then a lot of things happened. I think most of you are well aware of these things. I don't need to go too much detail, but a quick recap between 2018 and now. He called a Thai cave rescuer a pedophile for not
What the fuck? Wait, what?
using his submarine. He said he was gonna take Tesla private at 420.
Wait. Did he actually do that? He called a Thai cave rescuer a pedophile? All right. We gotta do a deep dive on that one. Holy shit, that's crazy. Why did Elon Musk call a Thai cave rescuer a pedophile? I can't even believe I'm typing this. This is crazy. Hold up. Elon Musk called a Thai cave rescuer Vernon Unsworth a pedo guy. What the fuck? In a tweet in July 15, 2018, during the public dispute following the rescue of a youth soccer team in a flooded cave in Thailand, the incident stemmed from Musk's attempt to assist the rescue, offering a mini submarine built by his team at SpaceX, the boarding company. Unsworth, a British cave explorer, played a key role in the rescue, criticized Musk's submarine idea in a CNN interview, calling it a PR stunt with absolutely no chance of working due to the cave's narrow passage. He also suggests Musk stick his submarine where it hurts. All right, he was provoked. In response, Musk tweeted a series of messages, including one which challenged Unsworth's account of the rescue, which concluded, "Sorry, pedo guy, you really did ask for it." Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. All right, he later doubled down by replying to another user with, "But you signed $1. It's true," before deleting his tweets. I mean, again, I don't think this is an accusation. Sorry, pedo guy. It's definitely fucked up and definitely shouldn't have happened, and it was definitely wrong of him to do it. But yeah, all right. Anyway.
Thai cave rescuer a pedophile for not using his submarine. He said he was gonna take Tesla private at $420 a share and funding was secured. So everybody pumped the stock to 420. Then he said, oops, I don't actually have the funding. Losing investors $12 billion.
Oh, he memed too close to the sun. He did apologize. That's life.
Getting his Twitter account frozen briefly by the SEC. He said COVID would have 0 new cases in America by the end of April. He
Well, let's not discuss that one.
said his pronouns are prosecute Fauci.
What's wrong with that? I don't understand. What do you mean? What's the problem? What's the problem? Bro got 1 million likes on that tweet. I don't know. That doesn't seem like the downfall of Elon. That's one of those rare based Elon tweets. I don't know.
He said in 2021 he preferred to stay out of politics and then got
Ew. Well, he preferred to stay out of politics, and then he realized the retards running the government were going to keep running the government.
deeply into politics, then said Trump would be too old to be president, then got super in with Trump.
He's allowed to change his mind. But he changes his mind a lot.
He said it's going to be the most awesome presidency of all time, the most fun president of all time.
I mean, true. He is the most fun president of all time. That's just a fact. You could love him or hate him.
He said he wanted to buy Twitter as a joke and then tried to back out and then was forced by a court to do it. Then once he...
Dude, he's crazy. He's an active guy. What the fuck?
On Twitter, he said, I'll abide by a poll for everything that I do, including
Yeah, you can't compare. Like, you can't say that he changed his mind between 2021 and 2024. A lot of things changed between 2021 and 2024.
step down if I lose this poll. Then he lost the poll, then stopped doing polls. And perhaps most damningly for us gamers, he was caught and eventually
True, cheating in video games.
he admitted to boosting in Path of Exile and Diablo 4. Now, there's many, many more things in there. I'm just giving you a brief example of why his reputation...
Again, I want to be real here. Those things that he mentioned, like individually, they're all like a little cringe. Who fucking cares about any of that shit? Like, the government will use literally anything they can to smear this guy. They hate that he is an unelected official, but is simultaneously incredibly powerful, influential, looking into all their funding. I'll be real, and I'll be honest. None of that shit was actually damning. Like, literally none of that. All right, listen, again, I don't want to bring this up. I don't want to even bring this up because it's not appropriate, and I know that he apologized. But this guy, Atrioc, was caught paying for deepfake porn of his friends. I think that's worse than any of the things individually that he quoted Elon Musk, that he made like bad tweets and shit. Again, I'm just saying that he apologized. He took a while. I think he was forgiven by most of the people that were involved, or whatever. So again, I'm not like saying this to send hate to Atrioc, okay? I'm not doing this to send hate. But when you're bringing up things of people's past, and the worst thing you could say is, like, he changed his mind about Trump. I don't know, man. I feel like that's really not a reason why he's a villain.
might have taken a hit over the past 4-ish years, including the fact that Jay Schlatt 5 hours ago tweeted, "I take it back."
No!
Your opinion on each of these individual instances can vary, but the business case for it is pretty damning. There's been a backlash. Major brand worries. How toxic is Elon Musk's behavior for Tesla?
Again, my personal opinion is that I think that the backlash for Tesla is manufactured by like the mainstream media pundits. That's my opinion. Literally, that is what I think. The mainstream media cooks up a storm. He's a threat to democracy. He's a villain. He's trying to overrun the government. He's the shadow president. All that absolute bullshit fear-mongering people into thinking he's the villain. And probably paying for protests. And I literally think that's what caused all of this. I think Elon Musk got hit by probably the most government-funded boycott campaign in the history of America. And he's suffering for it. And I think that's really what's causing most of this. I don't think it's the shitty tweets.
He's so deeply intertwined with the
How's your Tesla? It's great. I love my Tesla.
brand of Tesla in consumers' minds. They can't really separate Tesla and Elon Musk. It's creating a reputational problem for the brand, leading to declining sales and damage to Tesla globally. In every country other than China, Tesla's reputation has dropped year over year. Doesn't even include 2025 numbers. And sales data shows that even people that love their Tesla cars are starting to get sick of Musk's behavior. They're buying stickers like this.
No, I bought this before Elon went crazy. Well, true. Also, I also bought, Tesla before Elon went crazy.
Bought this before Elon went crazy, and having quotes like this. "I'm sort of embarrassed to be seen in that car now. I bought this before Elon went crazy." People are trying to signal that, hey, I don't know, I don't support necessarily all this behavior, even though I bought Tesla. Companies that compete with Tesla.
Do you like Elon? I'm nuts. Personally, I have mixed feelings. Like, I think he did some, like, cringe things. Like, for me, I find it funny that Atrioc didn't mention this. I think that my least favorite thing about Elon is the fact that he has like 14 kids from like 7 different women trying to populate the earth and shit without actually being an active parent in a lot of their lives, it seems. In my personal opinion, that's the word. That's my biggest gripe with Elon. Personally. So absolutely, bro has done cringe shit, and I'm not like defending him on a personal level, but I do think what he's doing with Doge is fucking awesome.
Tesla are even using this in their marketing. He had put this on Instagram.
I bought this after Elon went crazy. That's a good one.
I think putting a sticker on their new car, their new EV. Quotes like this: when he stood up and made that Sieg Heil
Bet the kids have everything they want. Yeah, except for like a parent.
Nazi salute, something clicked in my head and I thought, I cannot drive a Tesla. I don't care how affordable or fun they are. None of that mattered anymore. What used to be such a glamorous statement car, to me, actually became a really repulsive one.
So the thing is, I didn't buy my Tesla because it's a statement car. I bought my Tesla because it's a great fucking car. That's my hot take.
Whether you agree with this person or not, this is a customer. When you're a business, this customer matters, and this customer adds up. Dr. Kumate here bought a gold-plated Tesla Cybertruck to advertise his business. This is a guy who was all in on the brand.
No! Oh God, see, the problem with Elon's brand is just that he's Trump. All the Trump people like Elon, all the anti-Trump people hate Elon. I don't think it's a single one of those tweets or dramas or anything. Literally. I don't think it is anything to do with anything. I literally think it's just the people that like Trump versus the people that hate Trump, and there's a lot of sheep. They're all fucking sheep.
Now he wants to sell it because of all the backlash.
Bro.
And it's partially because people are getting negative feedback from those around him. This is on Reddit in R Boston. People don't want this to happen to them when they buy a Tesla car. Stickers are getting placed on cars that say, don't buy a swastika car. Now, Elon Musk will tell you that all of these protests are being astroturfed by Democratic mega donors like George Soros.
I believe it. Again, I don't know what the truth is, but I believe it.
I think sales data.
I mean, I'll tell you why I believe it. Personally. I don't know a single person in my life that would actively go vandalize a Tesla. Like, I know people that don't like Elon, but I don't know a single one that would literally go slap stickers on. No one cares enough. Like, why would you harass a random guy that probably bought a Tesla 5 years ago to help the environment? Like, literally. What do you do if you woke up and you found your Tesla tires gone? It's not gonna happen. I have a little thing called security. It's not gonna happen. I promise. But anyway, if it does happen, I'll let you know that I'm totally wrong. So the thing is, I really don't think that these people are doing this completely out of their own hearts.
Data would show that is not necessarily the case. And even if vandalism and the protests are, I think, rightfully stopped by police, as is happening here in Chicago.
Of course, absolutely. It's terrorism.
People don't want to go through a police picket line.
But that is also true. It hurts the brand anyway, because even if there's still going to be police out there trying to stop people and shit, it doesn't matter.
To buy a car. It suddenly makes them feel some type of way about the customer purchasing experience. Ross Gerber is certainly no ally of George Soros. Ross Gerber is a longtime Tesla pumper. He made a ton of money off Tesla and used to be one of the biggest Elon shills. He's recently been saying the bare facts because he's also an investor.
What?
Tesla cannot sell its cars due to Elon's behavior.
What the fuck? Let's stop blaming the Houthi rebels. Wait, what are you talking about? The Houthi rebels are bombing American ships. Wait, what? Or German environmental terrorists. Oh my God.
Stop blaming other things.
I mean, I do think that Elon is responsible for the for why Tesla's stock is dropping for sure. But I think it's, again, I do think it is government funded to some degree.
Things or interest rates. Only one person is
And also, let's not forget that this guy's just virtue signaling right now.
responsible for this. And what's more important than all of this is that we are in a deeply divided country. So you may say to yourself, well, everybody he pisses off on one side, he may gain on the other side. And for some products, that might be true. But some facts about
The Republicans don't care about electric cars. No! Oh my God, that is so funny. They're the drill baby drill guys. He's cooked. He's so cooked.
EVs make that particularly hard to believe. If you guys had to guess what 10
Look, I love me some downfalls, and this one is biblical. Holy shit.
states bought the highest amount of EVs and where they voted in the 2020 election.
All right, so I'm guessing that California is the highest buyer of electric cars. And I'm also guessing that California does not fuck with Elon right now. due to retardation.
Give you a
other diseases.
It's these 10 states, and they all voted blue. They're all pretty deeply blue.
Yep.
Now, if I were to tell you which states bought the least amount of EVs, it would be these 10 states, and they all voted Trump. You might be seeing a pattern. Courting Trump voters can be a fine business strategy for, I don't know, for a beer brand or something,
True.
but for an electric vehicle specifically, it's kind of a losing one, because
Because they like buy trucks and shit.
they don't want to leave gas-powered cars. The data's pretty stark
No, he's completely right about that for sure.
on this. 55% of Republicans say there's no chance at all they consider buying any EV in the next decade. So it's an uphill battle. At the same time, they're coming into a certain time of a particularly dangerous economy. So politics aside, if Tesla was just a car company going into this 2025 year, they'd already be in trouble, because as recession fears grow, late car payments have never been this high. It's the highest level since they began tracking the data.
That is crazy. I mean, the thing is, like, I was in LA. Every car's a Tesla. Every car in LA is a Tesla. Maybe not anymore. Literally, maybe things are different. But I was in LA last year. Everyone drives a Tesla. Everyone fucking has a Tesla. It's insane. Like, there are more Teslas than non-Teslas on the road.
There have never been this many auto borrowers 60 days past due. People are not able to make their car payments as is, let alone able to buy brand new cars, which might explain why Tesla, in desperation, is offering 0% down, 0% APR subprime loans to try and boost demand. But the problem is, even if this increases sales in the short term, many of these won't get paid. These are very dangerous loans to be giving out to an economy of people that probably can't pay them back. This is
Crazy. Oh my God.
This is a desperate play for growth. Most people
Could they like? I feel like Elon could definitely lean into something somehow. Like he could add like turrets to the top of Teslas. Bro, Republicans would love that. I would love that shit, dude. A Tesla with like a turret on top. Oh Lord. Oh brother, that sounds incredible.
in this car market are just waiting. Primarily want used cars, and they primarily want the prices to go down. And if they buy a used car, they want something that'll hold its value, which is exactly the opposite of what's
Yeah, Teslas are not known to hold their value so much because no one knows how long batteries last. Everyone's scared of batteries because they're a relatively new concept. They've only been around for a couple of years, so I get that.
happening with Tesla. Used car prices for Teslas are
2026, the Tesla turret, the only legalized tank for civilians. It's gonna be crazy.
crashing.
No parking in school parking lots.
Way down even compared with other EVs, which again are not doing well themselves. At the same time, if you're a regular everyday consumer in America, one of the biggest things you worry about with your car is repair costs. Because losing access to your car can mean being unable to get to work. It's a massive unexplained expense. Repair costs for Tesla are higher than both gas cars and other EVs. And because Tesla locks down repairs and controls the entire supply chain top to bottom, you have to wait a long time. So there's a big problem for a regular consumer in getting a Tesla, even if you don't care about any of the politics stuff.
Damn, I didn't even think of that, but he's right, for sure.
Guess what? This might shock myself and many people in this audience, but America is not the only country in the world.
Wait, what? Well, for now, I mean, listen, give us a couple of years, dog. Give us a couple of years. The United Continents of America, it's gonna be huge. All 7 swing continents, they're gonna be huge. Hell yeah. Planet America, gonna be crazy.
Tesla sells most of its cars in these 10 countries. I'm blocking out one because we'll talk about it later. Maybe you can guess what it is. These 10 countries are primarily where Tesla makes its sales. US, Germany, France, Canada, UK, Australia, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden. Let's go through these countries. We've talked about the US already. We know what's happening there. Germany, 76% fall in sales. People are pissed about his meddling in the German elections, promoting the AfD. France, sales plunged 63%. They only had 1,000 new cars in France in January. They underperformed the overall industry and the EV segment. At the same time in France, they really don't fuck around when it comes to rioting. So they're not just having small protests in front of stores, they're lighting them on fire.
Bro, what are they doing in France?
12 cars destroyed in arson in France. Canada, sales down 70%. Not only due to price hikes, but also loss of rebates.
Wow, the government's such cucks, it's crazy.
Rebates especially interesting.
Yeah, so a lot of you don't know this, probably, but as someone from Canada, they used to offer rebates where if you would buy an electric car, specifically Teslas, they would give you insane discounts because they wanted to promote using eco-friendly cars. They removed the rebates after Elon started becoming edgy. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Because for some reason, right before the EV rebate disappeared in Canada, 4 Tesla stores reported selling 30 cars per hour.
Damn.
Essentially 1 car every minute, 24 hours a day for 3 straight days. Extremely suspicious. Because Tesla gets a kickback from the EV rebate, it's almost like they were faking sales right before the rebate ran out to get money from the Canadian government, which is exactly
Reverse tariffs. Tariff their asses. You get a tariff. You get a tariff.
what Canada TV News is reporting.
For Ottawa's rebate program on electric vehicles that allegedly prompted a mad rush to buy EVs.
Sandy, a spike in purchases was to be expected, though the reported sale of 8,600 Teslas, equaling $43 million in rebates at 4 Canadian Tesla locations.
Get tariffed, motherfucker.
Has sparked plenty of questions.
In the west end of Toronto, this one Tesla location alone reported selling more than 1,200 vehicles.
God damn, that's crazy. Nux, what type of security or securities do you have for your Tesla? Oh, I just keep it out of America. It's as easy as that. That's the best security you can possibly hope for. Keep them away from the libtards. All right, dog?
January 11th, totaling more than $4 million in rebates.
I can understand that in France, they're not even selling 1,200 vehicles total in the whole month. But in this one Canadian location, they're moving 1,200 units like in a day.
Get tariffed, bitch.
Right before the rebate closes.
So we paid them a visit to try and get some clarity on the staggering number of sales.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. My name's Adrian Gobriel. I'm a journalist with CTV News. Okay. There was a large increase in the number of sales processed through the EV rebate program. Did that take place, or is that a backlog of paperwork going through? You can't share any comments? Is there any manager you think that might be?
Because it kind of seems, again...
I mean, I'll be real. It definitely looks like a scam. Not trying to be controversial or anything, but it definitely looks like Elon scammed the fuck out of them. No.
This is allegedly, but it kind of seems like fraud against the Canadian government.
Yeah.
It's also suspicious that the sales went up so much in Canada at that store, given that 71% of Canadians support a total ban on Tesla altogether.
Dude, Canada went so wild with this shit. It's like they're insulting Canada. Ban all of them. Let's go. Oh, Canada, as they say.
71%! In the UK, it is different. Tesla sales did rise in the UK. Though part of it is the fact that the UK EV sales are up dramatically across the board.
Right.
Basically, 1 in 4 new cars in the UK are now fully electric. They're taking a massive EV transition. They have a lot of still active subsidies. People are buying EVs hand over fist. And there is still things you can find in the UK that show that patience with him is running out.
Oh, no. See, but again, that's crazy. Holy shit.
Oh, this is on the London Underground.
Bro.
Musk's
Oh my God, dude.
Perfume Day 1939 for wankers.
Can you explain to me why people are more okay with Kanye West than Elon Musk? Like, dog, Elon did his, Fortnite emote one time. Bro, this is wild. Oh my, biblical backlash for real, for real.
Australia is down 81%. Sweden and Norway are down 44 and 38 year over year. They buy a ton of EVs. They're buying less Teslas. Denmark down 52% in February. So if you add all this up, 8 of the 9 countries we showed are down year over year. UK is up. What about that last one?
All right,
Did anyone guess?
All right, let's try to guess. All right. I was gonna guess Germany, so I'm surprised. Germany, France, Tesla, Canada, UK, Australia, Norway, Denmark, Sweden. Go way up in Tesla. Like, I don't even know what it could possibly be. I'm just like lost. Hold up. Russia? China?
That's what this last country is?
I'm gonna lock in China.
That's right.
China.
Let's go! We take those!
China.
China. I love China. I know China very well.
Huh?
Buy my LC signs. It comes with a free Tesla.
China.
I love how he says it.
China.
I love how he says it. And everyone says, you say Trump is not entertainment. You're crazy.
China! Probably the most important country in the world.
I mean, he's not wrong.
For the future EV battle.
I mean, to be honest, China's probably the most important market in the world for literally everything. Like, look at modern video games. You get the absolute sellout cucks in the West releasing dog shit slop, and then you have China that releases titty game the 40th titty game of the year, and it just makes $1 bazillion.
How is Tesla doing in China? It's been a steady source of growth for a long time. And it's worth noting that unlike every other country here, the people in China don't give a shit about Musk's politics.
I mean, this isn't surprising to literally anyone.
Survey after survey shows reputation of Tesla has not been harmed by Elon's antics. They still think he's a cool tech guy, but that doesn't matter.
Wait, what?
The truth is, disappointing sales in China, and they are down 49%.
Bro, that is crazy.
I mean,
one thing China is good about, they'll be like, all right, we're banning Teslas, we're replacing them with Schmeslas, totally unrelated.
Are not because of his politics or caring about Elon at all. It's because of their narrow and dated lineup and up-to-date and more exciting offerings from BYD. Basically, they're just getting out-competed. Tesla is flaming in China, and the rapid rise of BYD is to blame. It's not
funny because BYD is like shitty, incredibly shitty.
Because of a Sieg Heil.
I know someone that had a BYD. It's the Chinese electric car, right? They were driving to work. While they were driving to work, the car told them that there's a problem. They have to pull over. They pulled over like on the shoulder and said, "Listen, all you needed." And the actual BYD car AI said you have to restart the car in order to continue driving. So he turned the car off, which also turned off the AI, and then it just didn't restart. And he was just stuck on the highway on the shoulder with a car that wouldn't turn on, that he couldn't even access like the... Yeah, so I bought a Tesla instead.
They're just getting little broed by the BYD Atto 3 and the BYD Seal, and these BYD products are...
See, the thing is, I think China has like this pride that they specifically want to buy BYD because A, it's cheaper, and B, it's China made.
Promising a Tesla level car, but built for the Chinese audience at a fraction of the price and sold within country. And if only somebody exactly 5 years ago could have predicted in a Discord chat with Ludwig and Stans, this very day the Shanghai Gigafactory was announced, that China was going to prop up a competitor with government money and force Tesla out eventually within the next 5 years.
Wow.
And exactly 5 years after this post, BYD surpassed Tesla in 2024.
Crazy.
Once they surpassed them, they have not let go. By 2025, it's not even close.
Holy crap, that's insane.
They're getting mogged in the country. At the same time, some of their future offerings about self-driving tech, well, those are getting mogged too. Because in a surprise announcement, BYD announced self-driving tech, basically the equivalent of Tesla's FSD, for free. If you buy a Tesla, you have to pay an extra 8-10 grand.
Yep, taxes. Welcome to China tariffs. And listen, everyone likes to shit on Trump's tariffs, but the reason why people are paying these BYDs is because there's no tariffs. Unlike them, it is improving the actual shit that is manufactured in the country because of China's tariffs.
To upgrade the self-driving, BYD rolled it out to every make and model for free. Tesla responded by trying to roll theirs out in China, but immediately users that tried it were greeted with tons of tickets.
Wait, what?
This guy turned on his Tesla self-driving and got 7 tickets on one ride.
China, China, I love China very much.
It keeps driving into
it goes into bike lanes. No!
Bike and bus lanes that it's not allowed to. And in China, the camera automatically detects it and flags you. So it's like,
dude, that is fucking awful. Holy shit.
Like instant punishment. You can't just apply the same FSD software you got from other countries in China. It has unique roads and lanes and signs. BYD has accounted for that in their self-driving because it's built for China. Sales declining in 9 out of 10 countries where it makes basically all of its sales. Politics causing backlash. Competition causing sales problems.
That's crazy.
But all of these aren't even as big of a problem as this one. Math.
Not math!
Even if none of these were happening, there would still be a problem with math. Now,
so I know that okay, so I'm gonna be controversial here. I'm invested in stocks, of course, obviously, Jewish, whatever, obviously. I never invested in Tesla. Tesla really always seemed like a very bloated company. Glad I didn't.
Now, thankfully, it's not going to be this math because I'm a business major. It's going to be business major math, which looks more like this. Very, very simple. A price earnings ratio is essentially what a company's worth divided by how much it actually makes.
Yeah, and Tesla never, ever, never looked good.
Gives you a good idea of when you as an investor will get your money back. For most car companies, like for example Ford, a PE ratio might be something like 5 to 10. Pretty much saying, hey, you're not a high growth company. I'll get my money back in about 5 to 10 years. For a high growth tech company, which might grow dramatically in the next few years, you can give them a PE ratio as high as 20 to 30. Apple sits at 35. Let me help you understand that maybe not all of the Magnificent Seven truly belong. Apple deserves this number because they make
They roll out insane shit.
$96 billion in profit a year.
Insane. It is shocking that Apple is this huge still. Like, I feel like they haven't innovated at all, but yep.
They're one of the greatest cash-generating geysers in human history. Google made $100 billion in profit last year, a 35% increase. Microsoft made $88 billion, a 21% increase. Meta made $62 billion, up from $39 billion, a big increase. These are all cash geysers, tens of billions of dollars of profit.
Yeah, Tesla, no way. No way.
Amazon made $59 billion, a 94% increase. Of course they have a high PE ratio. Nvidia has the highest of them all, a PE ratio of 60, which is crazy, but they're up 144% year over year, $72 billion in profit. That's 6. What's the 7th? Tesla, last year, made $7 billion in profit.
Ooh.
A 52% decrease. Not only are they going down in profit, but this amount isn't that much to begin with. It certainly doesn't qualify them to be up with all these trillion-dollar magnificent companies. And so if we go back to our simple price earnings ratio, what it's worth divided by what it makes, Tesla's still worth $722 billion. And they made $7.13 billion. So if you do the very simple math here, you'll find out that Tesla's PE ratio is not 5 to 10. It's not 20 to 30. It's 101.
101.
Still, it declined by 50% and it's still astronomically high.
Yeah, no, it's not good. Yeah, that's why I've never invested in Tesla. It's just on paper, it shouldn't work. The stock itself seems so bloated.
The level of growth expectations baked into this fairly small company is fucking crazy. It's 101 today. And that leads me to an important question that gets asked a lot. The question is,
bouncing back.
Why are we not getting rid of Elon Musk as CEO?
That is a pretty good question. See, Elon Musk is clearly, obviously, very involved with politics stuff. Politics is inherently controversial. He is immediately alienating, I was gonna say half the people, but as we know, Trump won all 7 swing states, popular vote, all that shit. So, yeah.
He's causing us all this reputational damage. Why not get rid of him? We can ask ourselves, what would Tesla be worth without Elon Musk? What if it was valued like a normal car company or even like a normal tech company? Well, it turns out that math has been done in this article by Fortune. And I updated it for the new numbers, but essentially Tesla's actual valuation, if you ran the numbers normally, would be $84 billion, which means a massive portion of their valuation is just hype.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
It's just Elon Musk's ability to promise and promise.
I'll be honest, I believe that completely because they don't make that much money. Tesla doesn't even make that much money. Like compared to how much they're worth. God damn. Like I remember when Elon Musk used to make tweets and every time he'd make a tweet, the price of Tesla would go up. It was insane. And every time this would happen, I'd be like, holy shit, I have to invest in Tesla. And I would crunch the numbers and I'd be like, this is gonna die at some point.
And promise and promise and promise the future. Which means it's very hard for them to actually get rid of him. Even though Tesla sales are down and they have to keep cutting prices and they're in a price war they can't win. Even though they're trying to unload inventory and it's bad news for investors. Even though their profit per vehicle continues to tank. The car company is still worth $722 billion. If it was valued normally, it would probably be closer to 84.
Bro,
even Tesla employees.
That is wild. Again, like on the one hand, you can be like, damn, that's pretty insane, whatever. But holy shit, the flex. His presence alone increased the price of Tesla 10 times. That is insane.
say he's like a pigeon CEO. He comes in, shits all over us, and goes.
God damn.
But they can't get rid of him. Every dot on this chart is a tweet. You'll notice.
Oh no. This is the worst chart I've ever seen. Oh my God.
In 2022, when he bought Twitter, it gets blood red.
Coincidence? I think not.
Even though he spends the vast majority of his day tweeting.
I mean, realistically, he is on Twitter like a lot. How many tweets has he made? I feel like there's some way to know. It says how many tweets the guy made, right? Elon. How many tweets has he made? Is there some way to find out? I feel like there has to be some way to find out. Did he remove where it's... Okay, oh, never mind. He has 74,000 tweets. That's a lot of tweets. God damn. Now, I've mainly left Twitter. Like, I don't actually give a shit about Twitter anymore. But for reference, I have made 5,000 tweets. So, that's crazy.
They can't get rid of him. Because if they get rid of him, they're going to lose this much valuation from the company. Inside man or woman. The chairperson.
Yeah, there we go. Gender equality, baby. DEI woman.
Of the Tesla board, Robin Denholm, has been selling Tesla stock hand over fist.
Oh, fuck. That is such a bad sign. That is such a bad sign. Oh my God.
Every package she gets, she is dumping on the market because she knows this valuation cannot last. The Tesla CFO is selling hand over fist. Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother, is selling hand over fist.
Dude, what the fuck? This looks like Elon Musk had sex with Jack Sparrow and this thing popped out.
If you look at the insider sales of a normal tech company, let's say even a highly valued one, possibly overvalued one like Nvidia, it looks like this. Basically, there's always more sold than bought. People get paid in shares, so they sell. There's some people buying, most are selling. If you look at the insider trading, not insider trading, insider activity of Tesla.
We don't look at insider trading. That's for the Democrats in the Congress, all right? Listen, we don't do insider trading here.
Shares, you'll find zero.
Oh my God.
Purchases. Not a single Tesla executive is buying Tesla stock.
Yikes. That's crazy.
Every single one of them is selling. Selling. Because they know that
it's a very inflated company.
End of the day, the math, the raw math of what this company
that's why I never invested in Tesla. I'll be honest, that literally is why I never invested in Tesla. The math, it doesn't math. It's just not mathing.
Actually earns does not give it a $700 or $800 billion valuation, let alone a 1.5 trillion, which it had just 3 months ago. And they are making sure they get out while the market is still inflated. Now, the reality of this company is far different from that inflated expectation. And Elon Musk, as much as he might pretend not to, he knows this. He's actually said it back before he was so cautious. Back in 2020, Elon Musk said, when looking at our actual profitability, it's very low. Investors are giving us a lot of credit for future profits, but if at any point they conclude that's not going to happen, our stock will immediately get crushed like a souffle under a sledgehammer.
Well, at least he's self-aware. God damn.
That's 100% true. And profitability is an interesting word. Because again, as they keep cutting prices to try and stay competitive and show sales growth, the profit per vehicle.
Yeah, obviously the profit drops. They're trying to remain competitive, so they have to lower prices. If they lower prices, the profit margins are less, and they make less money. That's crazy.
Continues to dwindle. It looks desperate. He has also said this.
But the overwhelming focus is solving full self-driving. And that's essential. And like that's really the difference between Tesla being worth a lot of money and being worth basically zero.
That's a pretty revealing statement. I don't think he even knew how revealing that was.
I think he knew exactly how revealing that was. I think he knows that it's an inflated market and it's all about he has like this vision for the future kind of thing where he is running on innovation. Once he innovated with Tesla for sure. It basically became the first actual electric car that went mainstream. And now that other people are jumping on that, he needs that next big innovative push for Tesla, or Tesla's kind of cooked. I don't know. Maybe he will do it. Who knows? I don't think Elon is done. Now the people in my chat are like, Elon, is he done? He's not done, bro. He has SpaceX and Starlink and Twitter and, you know, he's buddies with the president. He's fine, okay? Don't worry, guys. He's fine. I think, honestly, I think his mental health is in so much worse shape than his financial health. Like, whatever you want to say, it must be mega stressful that people are burning down buildings because they want to kill you. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, these terrorists got to get arrested, dog.
He is basically openly saying, if we don't solve full self-driving, and by the way, this interview is years ago, our company's essentially worthless. Now, I think it's still worth $50, $100 billion. They sell cars. People like the cars.
Yeah, ultimately, it could be a car company. Ultimately, it could absolutely be a car company, for sure. And it'll always be a car company, but it'll be a car company like any other car company, instead of like this monolithic giant corporation that's focused on the future of technology. And I really think that's kind of what Tesla was looked at as. Elon Musk is that super genius guy that's working with Tesla and literally paving the way towards some sort of crazy future. That's why people were into that shit, for sure. Ultimately, it'll always be a successful-ish, you know, car company.
Some people do, but essentially zero compared to what it was valued at the time. And that brings me to what I think is happening. People wonder the motivations between a lot of Elon's actions. Maybe some of it's the ketamine, but I think he has been quietly but steadily building an escape hatch.
Ooh. I don't think so. I think he just kind of does what he wants. I really do. I think that Elon has gotten to this point that I don't really think he needs an escape hatch. Even if Tesla would literally crash and burn, he'd be fine, you know, with his other $300 billion or whatever. Like, realistically, he'll be fine. I think he just kind of does things that he thinks he wants to do / are important / would be a legacy. I think he's really trying to build some kind of legacy. He really has fuck you money. Like, the way I see it, I think he wants to build some sort of legacy. I think he definitely has a big ego, and he wants to feed that ego more than he actually cares.
Let me explain why. I think he had a little bit of an idea going into government.
All right.
Now, you guys may know this. Elon Musk was being hit with lawsuits and oversights and fines and complaints from a lot of government agencies. All of these institutions had something going on with Tesla's companies.
Ooh, interesting. You think he got part of the government to avoid all these lawsuits? That's an interesting conspiracy. I like it. I like it. Listen, I'd hear that. All right.
Once he came into power, Doge wiped almost all these out.
Bro, that's crazy. Holy shit. Well, I love Doge. Doge is fucking awesome. It's so dope. Literally, cut the shit for all of this bullshit.
Fired them, neutered them, shut them down in the case of some of these. He's cleared a lot of the legal problems off the plate of a lot of his companies, but still, that won't solve Tesla sales. He might be able to do some small things like get the Cybertruck eligible for the government EV tax credit, but for how long? Trump has not proven to be very friendly to EVs. But what other of Elon's companies might be a lot better if
SpaceX could be pretty cool if SpaceX works with the government? That's crazy.
You had a lot of power within government. It's SpaceX.
For sure.
And one thing you might not know, some other math that's kind of inconvenient, is that Tesla, at an $800 billion valuation, is the biggest company Elon Musk's a part of. Sure. But he only owns 12%.
Yep.
SpaceX, he owns 42%.
Ooh, interesting. Again, I don't know. Maybe he is the big brain strategist that we're describing him as. Don't know. I could be wrong.
So if you actually do the math on Elon Musk's net worth today, he makes a lot more from SpaceX than he does from Tesla. SpaceX is actually way more important to his bottom line than it is from Tesla.
Again, I don't even think somehow. First of all, hell yeah, that is an insanely good strategy if that's true. Second of all, I don't know. I just think he's kind of he's a weird guy that has a vision and he wants to live that vision. That's kind of the vibe I get. I don't know, maybe.
it's now worth more than his Tesla shares. And that might be why he's more and more saying publicly that he needs a bigger pay package from Tesla. He needs more shares and more voting control. I am uncomfortable growing Tesla to be a leader in AI and robotics without having 25% voting control. I don't want to be overturned. That's why he keeps asking for a $56 billion Tesla payday. That's why, even though he's spending a ton of money on big AI data centers for Grok, he's not doing them under the Tesla banner. Grok AI is under X.ai.
Ooh, interesting.
Tesla doesn't own it. He's been quietly, slowly but surely, getting all of his future growth stuff.
I mean, that's fucking genius. Holy shit, that's smart. Dude, I love when people on the left go out and talk about how Elon's an idiot. He just failed upwards. Bro, that is insanely smart. Holy shit.
Out of Tesla, where he has a much higher ownership percentage. And as the wheels literally come off of Tesla, he is setting himself up to still be mega rich through SpaceX.
I mean, again, genius business decision. I do believe Grok for sure is he had in mind to make sure to put new companies on other brands that he owns bigger parts of. I think that makes a lot of sense. Realistically, I don't think he joined government to get richer. I think once he's this level of rich, he really didn't need to. He could have just kind of did his business thing. He's worth $400 billion. I really don't think he joined government to get richer. I really think it is due to some sort of legacy he wants to leave. And to stroke his ego, for sure.
Elon Musk's Starlink under SpaceX is getting massive government contracts. They call him a walking conflict of interest. Everything he does in the...
I mean, yeah, but also Starlink is fucking awesome. And it literally is incredibly helpful to people that get stuck in tornado situations. Starlink is amazing. Yes, it deserves government contracts. It sucks that there's a conflict of interest, and I don't doubt it. I actually hate that. But you gotta use that shit.
Government is beneficial to SpaceX. Even using his government...
I really think that all of these, like, investments would have happened even without him there. Like, there is no alternative to Starlink right now. I think the government would definitely give government contracts to Starlink.
Connections to talk to other foreign leaders. Again, they just got a $1.6 billion telecom security deal with
that is interesting.
Italy. This type of power with a company he controls a lot more of and is also private instead of public means that SpaceX is actually way more valuable to Elon Musk than Tesla ever was. It's also because it's private. Chinese investors can privately take stakes in his companies without having to disclose. He can hide who he's doing business with. Whereas with Tesla, it's public. With SpaceX, you can give him a ton of money for a favor and it's totally off the grid, which might explain why he's been so adamant that Taiwan is a part of China, right?
Wait, what? Taiwan hits back at Elon Musk claimed that it's part of China. Ain't no way he said that. No. Oh my God. All right, we'll grok that shit immediately. Did Elon Musk say that Taiwan is part of China? Damn, that's an L. Holy shit, that's an L. All right. Yes, Elon Musk made a statement suggesting Taiwan is part of China, though his phrasing and context has varied. In September 2003, during an appearance at the All Summit in Los Angeles, Musk said, from Beijing's perspective, their policy has been to reunite Taiwan with China. From their standpoint, maybe it's analogous to Hawaii or something like that. It's in a particular part of China that is arbitrarily not part of China because of the U.S. He's literally right. Hold up, he's literally right. This reflects him describing China's view rather than expressly stating his own opinion. He is objectively correct, by the way. Yes, China does see Taiwan as part of China. All right, so that's not evidence. Earlier in 2022, in an interview with Financial Times, Musk proposed that the tensions between China and Taiwan could be resolved by making Taiwan a special administrative zone under China. Oof. Yikes. Implying a framework where Taiwan would not be part of China with some autonomy similar to Hong Kong. He reiterated a similar sentiment on November 2023 on the Lex Friedman podcast. Again, comparing Taiwan to Hawaii, and nothing Beijing sees it as a fundamental part of China that can be reunited with the U.S. Pacific Fleet main obstacle. Again, That's from Beijing's perspective. These comments have sparked controversy with Taiwan's foreign minister Joseph Wu responding in 2023. Taiwan is not part of the PRC and definitely not for sale. Most statements appear tied to business interests, particularly Tesla's significant operations in China. But he has not explicitly declared Taiwan's legal status himself. Rather, he is often framed as China's viewpoint or a pragmatic observation. I'll be honest, this isn't the same as him saying that Taiwan is part of China. Taiwan, it's back. Elon Musk claimed that it is part of China. He never said that. That's a lie. That's literally fake news that we're watching right here. He never said it's part of China. He said from Beijing's perspective, Taiwan is part of China. He also said it might be a pragmatic solution for it to have business ties to China. He never directly said it is part of China. There is nuance there. This article is fake news. Just saying. By CNN, of course. No one is surprised. Fuck these bitches. Hey, guys. Oh my god, I found another one. Guys, we found another retard. A wild retard had appeared. It's CNN. Oh my god. What are they gonna say this time? Yeah, well, anyway, that's just another day on the internet.
Right as Chinese investors take massive private stakes in SpaceX. All of this adds up to a unique picture of a guy that seemingly is caring less and less about his baby. Well, not his actual 14 children.
Yeah, again, that's wild.
But his corporate baby. People seem to think Tesla is so important to Elon Musk's bottom line, but actually he's kind of made sure that it isn't. Promises, promises. Now, where does that leave us going forward for Tesla as an investor? If you're thinking about investing in
I would never invest in Tesla. It's way too bloated.
Tesla. Well, what you have right now is declining car sales growth and a lot of promises. But how much are these promises worth? I know some of them in the past.
Franz, could you try to break this glass, please?
No! Why would you show this? No! This was such a good meme. I love this.
Sure? Yeah.
And it just shatters it. Ew.
Oh my fucking god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Awkward! Awkward! Well, anyway, that was a prototype. Apparently they fixed that shit, but that was still fucking hilarious. Oh my god. It's like, and now we will test this body armor. Try stabbing me. Immediately murders him.
Tesla car next year will probably be 90% capable of autopilot. Like, so 90% of your miles will be on auto. We're probably only a month away from having autonomous driving, at least for highways and for relatively simple roads. The Model S and Model X at this point can drive autonomously with greater safety than a person right now.
Oh,
We're still on track for being able to go cross country from LA to New York by the end of the year, fully autonomous.
God,
end of the year.
For sure.
Bro, stop! No! That's crazy.
Next year, for sure.
Yeah, I love, but then again, this is literally everyone making promises. The only guy I actually know that's like makes big promises and gets corporate backing because of his big promises and actually keeps those promises is the orange man, Donald J. Trump. I don't know how he does it. He's deporting terrorists and shit. He, like, literally, I don't understand. He's the only person that actually keeps his promises. Except for the Epstein files. Donald, give me the Epstein files.
2019.
I'm extremely confident of achieving full autonomy and releasing it to the Tesla customer base next year.
Oh!
When do you think Tesla will solve level 4 FSD?
Did someone explain to me why Lex Friedman is famous? I'm not trying to like hate on him or anything. Like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't get it. This is a question due to absolute zero knowledge, not a question due to literally anything. This isn't a roast, all right? I love how people take me out of context, say Nux flames Lex Friedman. No flaming. I literally have no idea. And apparently no one in my chat does either. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, it's looking quite likely that it will be next year.
These promises worked for a really long time, and for some people they still do. But investors are slowly but surely, politics aside, just not believing him so much anymore. And the lies are getting more and more grandiose to compensate. Whereas before he would just say, we have a great product coming next year, in air quotes, he's now openly talking about the stock price and saying, we might have 1,000% gain in the next 5 years.
Ooh. Oh, that's crazy.
This is like from 5 days ago, 10 days ago. Even Wall Street Bets is calling it COPE.
Oh my God.
It sounds like a made up number. It's
that is definitely a made up number. Bro, what the fuck? He just tweets out 1,000% game. It's coming for real, for real. That's insanity. Listen, but he said a lot of crazy shit. He said that the government was funding like shadow government shit. No one believed him. Doge walked up and that happened, all right? Listen, I don't believe at all that there's gonna be an 1,000% gain on Tesla. But some of this random bullshit that happens is crazy.
Ridiculous. On the recent Tesla earnings call, he said the following.
I see a path. I'm not saying it's an easy path, but I see a path for Tesla being the most valuable company in the world by far.
All right. Bro's Doctor Strange seeing paths in the future.
Not even close. There is a path where Tesla is worth more than the next top 5 companies combined. There's a path to that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be bigger than Mr. Beast.
What path to being a $30+ trillion company?
Yeah, nah, dude. Boy, cry wolf. You can't say next year every year, bro. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Oh, my God.
Bigger than Apple?
There is a path. Anyway, we're assassinating all the other CEOs. Hassan Piker, go for them. Hassan, go for it, Hassan. Start launching death threats on random CEOs of different companies. We are going to be arming an army of Luigi Mangiones. We're going to be pulling them out. We're going to be air tagging every other CEO on the planet. There is a path. This could actually work, guys.
Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, Meta combined?
Yes, it could work. There's a path.
Delusional levels of stock pumping, and it's not working as well as it used to.
Oh, he thinks that the Tesla robots? Dude, I don't know about those Tesla robots. They seem mega weird. I don't know why anyone needs a Tesla robot. Am I the only one that thinks that the Tesla robots are kind of weird? Like, I just don't even understand the purpose. All I know is that this is the weirdest promotional material I've ever seen in my life. Kim Kardashian and her Tesla robot. Like, dog, this is fucking weird. Also, why isn't she wearing pants? I'm only noticing this right now. Anyway, let's get that off the screen. What the fuck? Okay. Nice. Love that. Huge. Okay.
And so, the only real concrete promises you're left with are around robo-taxis and robots. These need to come out soon and make a ton of money. He says robo-taxis in the future, experts have doubts. They might come out, maybe. They might make some money, but will they make the billions and billions of dollars quickly that the company needs to even justify its current valuation, let alone grow without having any leak?
We'll see. I guess what depends if you can have sex with the robots. That's basically what it comes down to. If you can have sex with the robots, that would change everything. For real, for real.
Legal troubles? This is Ross Gerber again. When will the government allow FSD robotaxis to operate alongside human drivers? Who's liable for the accidents? Who will buy and operate them? Will they even make money? Or
damn, this is a good question.
Become a commodity.
It's a whole new world. Who knows?
How will competition with...
I mean, obviously this shit is all gonna get ironed out. That's not like valid criticism, to be honest.
Waymo drive prices up or down? Waymo, by the way, is currently ahead in this space. And for robots, it looks like the tech really isn't there at all right now. It seems like a really out there kind of promise.
Yeah, the autonomous assistant humanoid friend. Oh, Lord. That's what they're calling it? Autonomous assistant humanoid friend? Oh, Lord. It doesn't even look like you can have sex with them. Like, what do you even need them for? And Donald Trump shows up. Oh, my God. Donald Trump shows up. We will need sex bots. We will make them look like Sydney Sweeney. Her tits are gonna be huge. It's gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna love it. Don't worry, guys. We'll give them cat ears. I hear people love cat ears.
Now with the robots, again, he's just saying everyone's gonna want one. I mean, this part was really crazy. He said we could make $1 trillion a year in profit from
yeah, he really, I think, overestimates his put out for sure.
Optimus robots. There could be 10 to 30 billion robots worldwide. There'll be a 2-to-1 ratio. Is any of this anywhere close to fruition? Is this just a guy on ketamine?
I mean, also, let's not forget that there was like that whole idea, the whole thing about the judge that shut down a lot of the Elon shit, right? That because they're literally made him a political enemy. I feel like I'm surprised he didn't mention that so far. All this biblical backlash, I really don't think is organic. Like, they made him a political enemy. Actual Democratic congressmen and senators went roaming the streets with megaphones talking about how it was a constitutional crisis. Like, there was a giant fear-mongering movement for this shit.
I mean, talking. Is there any hard math behind these numbers, or are you just saying what you want investors
I think bro's just saying, TBH.
to hear to keep the stock up? I think before, a lot of people would say, I believe him. And I think now people are saying, wait a minute, maybe I don't. Especially after what has turned out to be quite a massive debacle with the only recent product they've announced, which was the Cybertrucks, which despite arriving late, were still rushed out.
Damn.
They malfunctioned at an astounding rate.
Yeah, but they also had like a lot of problems actually with the there were some wild issues with the Cybertrucks for sure. Like didn't they chop off people's fingers? All right, let's not talk about that. Yeah, all right.
Had delivery problems, they rusted, they're having corrosion, they're having returns, and now they're piling up on the lot. They're just not selling at the rate they thought they would. So all of this combines, and I say, what now? Where do we go from Tesla? Not about Elon, where does Tesla go from here?
All right.
First of all,
yeah, it's not an Elon video, it's a Tesla video.
politically, I haven't seen this much backlash on a company maybe ever. It's a coordinated global boycott slash denouncing slash the most recent example that's anywhere close is the Bud Light boycott by conservatives in America. That was because of the Dylan Mulvaney transgender Instagram post. Again, Bud Light backtracked and had a fucking Shane Gillis.
Yeah, that was incredibly stupid of them. Why are you bringing in this like insane bullshit level social random crappy fucking virtue signal garbage into your brand? Like insanely stupid, for real.
Out within a year, right?
And so much, honestly, it's the same idea as Tesla in a way, that it was just a massive virtue signal for one side of the political spectrum that happened to not even be your side of the political spectrum. And Tesla just went completely the other way.
Even this is such a smaller thing, and Bud Light...
I disagree. I actually don't agree. I don't think it's a smaller thing, because this was their advertising. You see, if Elon Musk did Tesla advertising and did like Hitler salutes on the Tesla advertisement, I think that would be more of an equivalent thing. I think that's a totally different idea. Here, they promoted virtue signaling, transgender ideology propaganda to a beer company that was primarily selling to like right-wing people. You know, I feel like it's such a much bigger fuck up. And also, that got just like one got backlash, the other also got backlash, and neither were natural. Both of the backlashes literally came from organized shit, except the backlash against Elon is organized by the government.
Cowardly or not, immediately backtracked. Tesla, to the other side, has done so much more for so much longer with no signs of slowing down. I don't think the brand is recoverable among like Europeans and Democrats, which again is like a large part of the EV buying audience. I sincerely believe that unless there's such a massive tech advantage that people have to buy it, it feels like the brand is kind of poison, which makes it very hard to see the sales growth you want. By the way, Bud Light, despite being a much smaller controversy and lasting for much less time and only being in one country, still hasn't recovered. I can't imagine.
That is insane levels of backlash. Holy shit, that's crazy.
The amount of damage is happening to Tesla right now. Now, there are attempts to rectify it. Donald Trump stepped in today and said to Republicans, conservatives, and all great Americans, Elon Musk is putting it on the line in order to help our nation, and he's doing a fantastic job. But the radical left lunatics, as they often do, are trying to illegally and collusively boycott Tesla. I would say vandalism is illegal, but
yeah, vandalism is definitely illegal for sure.
boycotting is not illegal. You can't.
Yeah, boycotting is not illegal. The question is if they're, I wonder what the laws actually are in regards to silencing political opponents by weaponizing a movement. Literally no lies detected, actually.
Collusively boycott Tesla.
To Republicans, conservatives, all great Americans, Elon Musk putting it on the line in order to help our nation is doing a fantastic job. Radical left lunatics, as they often do, trying to illegally collude. Where's the lie? Where's the lie, guys? Where's the lie? Huh? I want to see that actual tweet, though. How am I gonna find this? Trump. Because the funny thing is, I wonder... I'll never find this tweet. All right, so this is a Twitter account that literally just copy pastes tweets from Trump's Truth Social. True Republicans, right? He said that in this tweet. I guess he says to Republicans a lot. Okay. Let's try Tesla. Nope. All right, well, never mind. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I would say vandalism is illegal, but boycotting is not illegal. You can't force someone. You can't force someone to buy a Tesla. One of the world's great automakers of Elon's baby in order to attack and do harm to Elon and everything he stands for. They tried to do it to me at the 2024 presidential ballot box, and how did that work out? In any event, I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support for Elon Musk, a truly great American. Why should he be punished for putting his tremendous skills to work in order to help make America great again?
Honestly, I don't love the idea that Trump advertised for Elon. I'll be honest. I think that it's definitely a little shady when you're the president of the United States running advertisements for your buddy that's working with you. I definitely think that there's some shady shit going on there, but I feel like there's so much shady shit that's anti-Elon right now. I don't even actually give a shit. Like, I can't even begin to start giving a shit about any of this. Also, dog, the arms race against Elon was insane.
Really great American. Why should he be punished for putting his tremendous skills to work in order to help make America great again? Trump is in his corner. Trump followed through on his promise.
I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets. And number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life to doing this. And I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people. So I just wanted to make a statement. I'm going to buy one. Now, here's the bad news. I'm not allowed to drive because I haven't driven a car in a long time, and I love to drive.
He lost his license because he doesn't drive. People drive him around.
Cars.
So they had a Tesla auto show at the White House.
That's crazy.
With, I'm not kidding, a presidential ad read. This is Donald.
Dude, that's insane.
Trump's actual notes, where he listed off the sales prices of different Tesla cars. This is like what I get for Huel. But I don't think this changes much.
Well, I don't think so either. Maybe in the short term, but definitely not.
This may make some conservatives more endeared to Elon. I think
conservatives are already endeared to Elon. I just think that they're not necessarily loving the cars. Like, the whole eco-friendly thing was never a really big conservative stress point. So I really think like the major consumer base is kind of anti-Elon right now. And that definitely is shit for Tesla, without a doubt. However, I do think that a lot of this anger is absolutely manufactured.
I don't think they're gonna...
Like, I'll just give you an example. The fact that I did not see any Democrats condemn the actual acts of domestic terrorism against Tesla is subhuman filth shit. For real.
Change their buying habits around EVs, nor will more chargers suddenly spring up in their neighborhoods. These efforts could simply continue the backlash by making it a more politically aligned company. And I think Elon is starting to understand this.
You giving up your other stuff? I mean, how are you running your other businesses?
With great difficulty.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean...
But there's no turning back, you're saying?
I'm just here trying to make government more efficient, eliminate waste and fraud, and...
Yep, he definitely looks like this shit gets them, for sure.
So far, we're making good progress, actually, so...
He looks like he's about to cry.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel bad for him. I really do. The fact that whatever he did in government, in my opinion, was a massive positive. The fact that people are taking this as an opportunity to literally commit acts of terrorism against his shit, that's insane. Like, it's absolutely insane.
Don't think this is gonna turn the tides on the sales. However, based on this, betting markets are seeing rising odds that Elon Musk might leave the White House this year in response to increasing downturns at all of his companies. Outside of SpaceX, which can benefit from his Doge connections, everything else is getting hammered. And given that so many of his Twitter problems are backed up with Tesla loans, if that falls...
Wait a second. If Tesla crashes, could he lose Twitter?
The whole house of cards can be in trouble. So we may see an about-face
from
Elon Musk this year. But there's one final point that's worth talking about.
God, dude, so much chaos. literally infinite chaos. It's insane.
Elon Musk, regardless of all this, is going to be fine.
Of course he's going to be fine.
If Tesla went to zero, he'll be fine. He has
for sure, absolutely.
SpaceX. He has government connections. He's a billionaire probably till the day he dies. Who else has been buying Tesla stock hand over fist for the past 5 years as it now hits the skids? It turns out pretty much every American.
Oh, shit. Not me. Not this guy.
Not just Wall Street Bets memers. Pretty much every American with a 401k has
Not this guy.
been buying millions of shares of Tesla passively because it has such a big market cap weight in the S&P 500. Every ETF has been buying Tesla stock over and over and over at unsustainable highs. These problems aren't just Tesla's problems. As Elon Musk runs this company...
Wait, everyone's out there selling. Wait. Stop. So wait, let me get this straight. Oh God, this is the level of, this is the chaos that I'm here for. Everyone's out there dancing, cheering that Tesla's gonna crash or whatever. And even if Tesla crashes, Elon will still be a billionaire. But all the motherfuckers that committed vandalism are gonna go broke. That's crazy. Oh God, I love that so much.
Company down
Lord.
And leaves without caring, like another child of his. The average 401k American is left holding the bag. This is dragging down the performance of everyone's retirement.
That's
and
insane.
finally, I have to say, before...
So let me get this straight. The people that are protesting against Elon following the actual lies that CNN has been pushing. CNN has been pushing lies that Elon and Trump are trying to cut Social Security and stuff. So let me get this straight. In order to combat Social Security and Social Security getting dropped, they are literally committing vandalism against the Social Security of the American people by getting the stock to tank? Holy shit, these people are unhinged and evil. And to all the Democrats that are silent about this, you gotta condemn this shit. What are you doing?
Or you go and take this presentation and say, I'm gonna short Tesla. Understand.
Oh my God, look at these. It's crazy to think about it. So here you have all these people. I can't believe that Trump is trying to cut Social Security. Anyway, let's vandalize the stock that every American's invested in.
You're not the only one with this idea. When a company drops $800 billion in value in 3 months, people jump on the idea of shorting the company or buying puts. And once the idea gets too popular, a short squeeze is very easy. Nobody knows what'll happen in the short term to any stock price.
True.
Please do not risk...
No, do never do short-term stock trading. Never. If you invest in stocks, expect to keep the money there for at least a decade.
Your savings when one tweet from Trump or one announcement from Elon could spike it up at least somewhat and ruin all of your bets. All I would say is, over the long run, unless you firmly believe that we're gonna have a Tesla robot in every home and a robotaxi driving on every street, this company is not worth what it says it is.
Yeah.
And that's gonna become very apparent sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching Marketing Monday.
Damn, that was a really good video. That was a really good video. The one thing that I am a little upset about, and I know that maybe it's because I'm a little chaos driven, a little culture worry, I suppose. What's slightly frustrating is that he didn't mention the fact that this is like actual fucking government sanctioned protests. The fact that the Democratic Party literally came together to protest Musk and basically egg on violence against them by not condemning that, saying that Musk is a Nazi again and again and again, and then saying you should always punch a Nazi. I think that this type of messaging is insane. I don't know. I think there was a little cope in there. I do appreciate the analysis. I think you did a good video all in all. I do definitely see and understand the Tesla backlash, the stock downfalls. Elon will be fine. I personally think that Elon derangement syndrome is insane. The amount of misinformation pushed by the mainstream media to make people angry at Elon is mind-boggling, and I've covered it a couple of times in past videos. Like, actually mind-boggling. Verifiable misinformation pushed to make people angry at Elon and egg them on to protest and riot against him. So, all in all, I have to say, with full confidence, the content is gonna be good. Whatever happens, I will be here. I will be here to make content for all the downfalls. All the downfalls. Lock in, subscribe. Sex robots, they're gonna be crazy. Huge boobs. Maybe as many boobs as you want on the robots. It's gonna be crazy. I didn't say, that's what they said. And I'll see you in the next one, gamers. Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.